Previously on Xeschel.
Okay, I have all of my stuff, backpack and everything. Anyway, welcome to Geneva Airport. We just bought this like pass to this National Museum of Ethiopia. Here there's the 3 million year old lady. Her name is Lucy. We're now entering the Addis Ababa International Airport.
Welcome to 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗦.
Okay, so now we're on a dirt road on our way to the lodge. This lodge here is owned and operated by the 𝗩𝗓𝗘𝗢 tribe. There's like a bunch of really nice cabins here. This is ours.
Now we are going to see about 𝗩𝗓𝗘𝗢 village.
This dish is called Konso.
We might be causing a bit of chaos here. Anyway, we're leaving at 7 in the morning tomorrow, so I gotta pack all of my stuff. It's been a very, very, very eventful day.
Day 5. With our driver Wug, we decided to do a multi-day trip through the Omo Valley, visiting tons of different tribes.
Okay, we've left the 𝗩𝗓𝗘𝗢 lodge, and now we've also driven through 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗦. Now we're driving on this little road that goes to a bunch of different places. Right now we're going to Konso, but this road also continues on to Kenya. But yeah, we're on our way to Konso. That will take, 2 hours until Konso, and then we'll see what happens.
Konso is a group of more than 400,000 people, and that rise height of 2,000 meters above sea level. Konso is known by making terrace. Konso is registered by UNESCO because of making terrace on a mountain. That technique of terrace to protect soil from erosion.
Then we walked to one of these villages.
The name of the village is 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗢, and one of the UNESCO registered village because of walled village. We have 43 villages around here. In a 43 village, 12 is recognized by UNESCO.
Basically how this village works is there's like 3 main rings. The first ring is 900 years old, the middle one is 450 years old, and the last one is 250 years old. The first ring has around 700 people in it, the second ring has around 1,700 people in it, and the last one has around 2,600 people in it. This means that the oldest families live all in the center, and then the new families that come to this village live all around here. Then there's 3 main zigzag roads here. So the reason they didn't put more there was so that if any neighboring tribes were trying to attack, then it would be a lot easier for them to defend if there's only 3 ways that the attackers could get in, instead of there being tons of different ways. And also since the center one is higher than all the other ones, it's a lot easier for the people here to throw down like spears or things to like defend their own village. Each one of these rings also has their own community house, which has elders in it. And basically what the elders do is they solve like community conflicts that are happening in each one of their own rings.
And this is a road family from one family to another family. See here again. In the middle, that one is a border. The horizontal line, that one is border. This is one family, this is the next family. Always 2 family and what? Zigzag road. This zigzag road will take you after 2 family to the middle circle. And again, when we continue by this way, again 2 family and zigzag road.
Now we're entering the second circle, which is right here.
Always the structure is the same. The inner circle is bigger than middle, the circle. The inner one is 5 meter high. This around 3 meter high. And the last one, 2 meter high. Different, because the inner one is a strong part, the ancient part. And that's why people make tall, very tall. This is the ancient part of the village. The ancient, the inner circle, always tall. That's kind of huge. And also when you, the top part used for watchtower, to see outside is very nice. To see outside environment and also cool on the top. And our people is very hard worker. That's why making that all wall by hand and the carry that all from far. Some stone bring from the river, from the field, and some also dig 2 meter and finding to make to protect. And also for fire. When the fire happen in this part, is blocked by this wall. That also another purpose of the wall. Enemy when they come from that way, it's difficult to climb. But on the top, you can attack easily. Our people has a generation grading system. Every 18 years, put one stick and make the transition of power from the past to next. And the group of boys, some same age group of boys ruling this community for 18 years. And after 18 years again, community bring that kind of big tree from the chief forest and erect here. And the other also used for to know the age of the village. Each stick is 18 years. The number of tree represents the age of the community. According to the elder, the village has 49 generation sticks. That means 49 times 18 to know the age of the village. The traditional calendar. These herbs and fermented corn mixed together to make the harake, the alcohol.
Okay, now we're gonna go try some local beer.
Have a look at this. Sorgo, cheers.
Which made from sorgo and the maize.
It's like chung, but like thick soupy chung.
We thanked our guide and left Konso.
So we've been driving for around an hour now, and now we're going to like this market, then we're gonna have some food, and then after that we're gonna drive a bit further to 𝗟𝗏𝗏. According to the car, it is 40 degrees outside. As a comparison, last night it was 16 degrees, but we were also like 2,600 meters up, and now we're like 800 meters or so, and in the middle of a desert, which is the reason why it's so hot.
As you can see, there was an absolute ton of cattle around here, and this was the same place that was like 40 degrees.
Okay, we finally gotten to our little restaurant. It was very hot. Now it's cooled down a bit because we're a bit higher, but this little town we're in is called 𝗟𝗏𝗡, and yeah, we're gonna have some food here. Our drinks have arrived.
We met up with our guide and walked to the 𝗟𝗏𝗡 market.
This is like one of the village in Omo Valley. It's called 𝗟𝗏𝗡, and it's where my families exist. And this is a weekly market every once a week on Thursday. This community of the tribes will gather here to have an exchange, and as well as like a social contact, you know, social exchange as well. The tribe name called Bana and the Hamar, as well as the Ari. So they come to the market here and make some of their exchange of goods and as well as socializing. So don't be surprised for the reason that you see a lot of women here. It is a woman thing that they like social things, you know, they like shopping. So this is what makes same of all around the world, that even these local men give the chance for women to do it, and it is still in Africa, but it's really happening, and once a week. So even girls like this coming with the radio and trying to, you know, like pose up for the men, and if a man likes it, it's also an opportunity for some families to look for a new bride for their men. For a country like Ethiopia, having like 55% of the population, like, you know, the younger population, 55% of the population is considered as a younger population. So it's still women involved, men involved, young men involved, young women involved. And what is very fascinating about this market is that women and men can also get engaged here. So that's very interesting part of this event. So this is like what women like to shop. Looking at the quality of the cone. So if you look at the cone, which actually, if it's good one, then women will be able to shop. And that is corn powder. They're going to make it a powder, and then they put it into water, boiled water, and then make a porridge. And this is like a calabash, well, skin covered, and some metals, which is to make a decoration, because there is no plastic, as I said, much to do for them. And they keep, they contain milk in it. So this is like what they call a traveling milk tank. So they can go with it and feed their kids, and as well as sharing for their families. But now it's for sale. Almost become like an antique.
We've left the market that we were at before, and we've just driven through 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗢, which is the main town of the Hamar tribe. And now we're continuing on this road. It is raining quite a bit, to the 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗢 town, where we're going to be staying the night in a little hotel. We've arrived at our little hotel. I just had a shower. There's no warm water, and it's a bit difficult. But anyway, we're gonna go over to a little restaurant, have some dinner, maybe play some cards. Will be very fun. And I will see you tomorrow.
Day 6.
Good morning. I had a okay sleep. It was very hot, like 30 degrees while I was trying to sleep, and there was also a few mosquitoes. We've come to this little restaurant. We're gonna have some breakfast, I think some food.
So far, this was the best food that I had. We also got some coffee. Ethiopian coffee is known for having herbs in it, which gives it a nice floral taste.
And then today, where are we going?
We are going to the Kenyan border, the �𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗢𝗏 tribe, who can cross the river by local boats.
To be honest with you, I was kind of scared that I was going to fall into the water. Not because I would get wet, but more because my camera would fall into the water, and my camera's not waterproof, and that would be a very big problem. But thankfully my camera didn't get wet, and just a little bit of water splashed onto my t-shirt. Once I got to the other side, they went across and picked up my dad.
So this is the name of 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗢. This village is around 470 people living here. And actually they are nomadic people, semi-nomad. They move every year, transport by donkey to move. About for the grassland, for animal to move. And then the women jobs are, they are making the house, not men, only women they make the house. The men, they are hunting crocodile and fishing. Most common food here, crocodile and fish.
People from this tribe make jewelry out of crocodile bones and teeth, and also out of beads and wood.
Everyone is trying to sell us stuff.
Village, yes.
But I've already spent all my money, so I can't buy anything. You got a nice bell and a bracelet. Right now it's only women and children here, because all of the men are out like hunting or fishing.
Local beer.
Yummy. Like chunk. Don't look at the glass.
See this glass of local beer? We're gonna come back to this in like 5 minutes.
Very chaotic.
Then Wug came to pick us up. After driving around an hour, we arrived back in 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗢𝗏, where we visited a local village belonging to the Hamar tribe.
So this village we call 𝗍𝗏𝗡𝗢𝗏. Around in 𝗟𝗏𝗡 we have like 100 village, but this is one biggest village. In this village there are 556 persons live in this village. The woman when they get married, there's a sign about the ring, but for the men there's no sign, because you see the woman in the neck. This girl, she's a first wife for her husband, with a 2 meter like this and with top things, and the hairstyle with a red clay and better and insert to do like that. It takes 3-4 months after the reply again. So married woman always with this necklace. That's the ring for them until she going to die. When she died, they're going to take off, or when her husband going to die, she take off. Otherwise, normally she live with them, hold them, with without this, because the first woman is belongs of the boy family was going to choose for him, but second one, no one going to choose. He chose himself because he made conversation with a girl if she be okay, and then he'll going to conversation with his first wife. She'll be okay. He'll going to take care for the second wife. Now the people, some people in the field, some people will stay in the village. The boys or young guys was going with the cattle. Now what we do, we'll go inside of house, and then how to live inside. And then we see the coffee ceremony, and then we're going to test the coffee, Hamar coffee. That's the coffee shell, not a bean. It's like tea. But every morning the elder is going to take like 6 until 8 cup like that. It gives like energy. So they have coffee every morning. Every family room they have coffee ceremony like that. So this part which is sitting, that's the bedroom. So the father was sitting in your place where you're sitting. The mother was sleeping in corner. The children sleep in the middle. Here. When have rain season, it's very cold. The children go to sleep on top because there's a space in the store part. Because they make fire here, they're going to smoke inside, and the inside will be very hot. Actually, before like 15 years ago, the people never voluntarily send children to school, but now the understanding about the knowledge, and then they send, if they have 4 kids, they send 2 or 1 kids only for the school, but the rest are going with the animal. But they didn't like to go to school because the parents like to children go with the animal to stay with them, because for them school is not necessary. Also, they didn't go to church. They are polygamous. They are animals. But they didn't go to church because they believe in themselves. They believe who creates the sky, who creates the land, and who creates us. We follow with our God. The God does have, but doesn't go to church.
Day 7.
Okay, I just packed up all of my stuff here. Got my big bag, my carry-on bag, and my camera bag. Now I'm gonna go over there and eat some breakfast. We are currently leaving the town of 𝗟𝗏𝗏, and now we are going to be driving for around 6 hours until we get back to 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏, and then we're gonna be going to a little guest house there and then staying the night, and then tomorrow we're getting onto our flight again.
After around 6 hours of driving, we arrived in 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏, where we went to this nice restaurant where I had a papaya smoothie.
Okay, here we are on our last night in 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏. We're in the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 hotel. We're gonna have some French fries. We got some nice refreshing bottled water. Yeah, it's been a very fun time. If you come and visit 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, you should definitely go to the 𝗍𝗧𝗏 Lodge. Tell them about the 𝗍𝗧𝗏 Lodge.
I'm from 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Lodge. I'm a driver guide, Wagdaras. Yeah, it's a nice place to visit. Come and visit us.
Day 8. This is where the story takes a turn for the worse. Remember this glass of local beer that I had? Yeah, I don't think my stomach is used to local African beer because I woke up in the middle of the night and I was absolutely sick. Horrible headache, horrible stomach ache, all of it. It was very not pleasant. This also happened to be the day that we were traveling back to Addis Ababa, and if you've ever tried flying on a plane with a super upset stomach, you'll know that it's not that fun. Our flight to Tanzania was the day after, so we needed to get a COVID test. So while we were in the hospital to get our COVID tests, they also took a look at me to make sure I didn't have like malaria or something. Thankfully I didn't, I just had a very low blood sugar because I was like vomiting out all of my nutrients. So I ended up getting an ibuprofen drip into my arm, which helped me feel quite a bit better. Huge announcement happening, we just hit 300 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys all so much, and I will see you in the next video.